Hello guys, this is Lincoln from Muscle Factory BD. Welcome to the new video. Today we're going to talk about Hadi Choopan. So like I said in the previous video that we're going to have a separate discussion about Hadi Choopan and his placing in the Mr. Olympia 2019 this year. A lot of people, they are saying, and a lot of the experts, they're also claiming that Hadi Choopan should have placed higher than the third position, because William Bonac, he got the runner-up position, but Hadi Choopan was actually better than William Bonac, and the level of conditioning that could actually rival Brandon Curry himself. So as you can see, this is the final posing routine of Hadi Choopan in this year's Mr. Olympia. He brought almost Dorian Yates like conditioning. Dorian Yates was not an aesthetic bodybuilder. He didn't have a pleasing physique to look at. But the only thing that Dorian had was a lot of muscle mass, thickness. He didn't even have symmetry, but he had wonderful crisp level of conditioning to make up for that, and that actually made Dorian Yates one of the unbeatable ones of his era till he retired. So it's been a long time since then. It's been more than 20 years since the Dorian Yates era, and এই সময়ের মধ্যে Dorian Yates এর মতো conditioning খুব কম বডিবিল্ডারই আনতে পারছে এই স্টেজে. So it's actually refreshing to see someone like Hadi Choopan, who's very tall but very wide. Like his lats, they open up very wide on the stage, and compared to other guys of his height, like even William Bonac, he is way wider than William Bonac. So with the dig there, he can actually compete. He can go toe to toe with Brandon Curry himself, and Brandon Curry is slightly taller than Hadi Choopan, but William Bonac, he actually doesn't have that kind of width. And when it comes to conditioning, William Bonac was even actually flat in some places. And like I said before in the last video, this year's Mr. Olympia lighting, it was a bit weird. It was a little off. It wasn't actually doing much to showcase or highlight the physiques that were actually put on the stage. So William Bonac-এর যেটা সবচেয়ে ডিসঅ্যাডভান্টেজ সেটা হচ্ছে এটা স্ট্রাকচারাল ডিসঅ্যাডভান্টেজ। এখানে অ্যাকচুয়ালি ওনারও কিছু একটা বেশি করার নাই। হি হ্যাজ এ ভেরি ব্লকি অ্যান্ড থিক মিড সেকশন। সো এই কারণে, এবং প্লাস ল্যাটস খুব বেশি একটা ওয়াইড না হওয়াতে ভি টেপারটা ওরকম বোঝা যায় না। সো বাট এই ক্ষেত্রে Hadi Choopan, like even though he's a short guy, he has a very narrow waist and he has a very wide back, and his lats, they actually open up a lot. So that actually gives him one of the better V tapers that we saw on the stage this year. And সবচেয়ে prominent হচ্ছে এবারের Hadi Choopan's midsection. His midsection was actually could be actually spotted from a mile away. Even Brandon Curry in this transitions, or when he was actually doing the front lat spread or the abs and thigh poses, কিছু জায়গায় Brandon Curry midsection was not that much visible. And William Bonac'ের কথা আমি এখানে বলছি না, কারণ William Bonac'ের midsection was really weird this year. So I don't know why. It might be politics. It might be that Hadi Choopan is from Iran. He got the third place. So I actually support the claim that Hadi Choopan got robbed of the second position in this year's Mr. Olympia. He should have been the runner-up, or even he could have actually given Brandon Curry a run for his money, because যদি ঠিকমতো কল আউটগুলো হতো, যদি ফাইনালি হেড টু হেড কম্প্যারিজন করা হতো, কিছু ক্ষেত্রে ব্র্যান্ডন কারির চেয়ে, বিশেষ করে লেগস ডিপার্টমেন্টে, Hadi Choopan is way superior. So that was my view regarding Hadi Choopan's placing in this year's Mr. Olympia. So Dennis James, the famous IFBB pro, and the coach for Big Ramy, he has actually come out with a video supporting Hadi Choopan's claim for the second position. And it's a long video. I'm going to put the link in the description. So he also said, and to be honest, Dennis James is not new to this kind of politics, because Big Ramy couldn't make it that big on the final stage. The best placing he got is within the top 5. He didn't become runner-up or even the third position. He didn't get the third position in any Mr. Olympias. So Dennis James has been working with Big Ramy for a long time. So এতদিন ধরে উনি actually politics এর ব্যাপারে যতটুকু দেখেন, he's not new to this thing. And like I see, you can see here, Hadi Choopan, he can even hit a vacuum pose. So with all the mandatory poses, putting that aside, he can also hit vacuum pose. So that's a bonus for a bodybuilder with this kind of mass. So Hadi Choopan, he was born in southern Iran, and he's 32 years old now. So as you can see the comparison from 1996 and 2019. So he's a mass monster right now. He used to be a skinny and short kid, and he comes from a poor family. And খুব early age থেকেই উনি ওনার ফ্যামিলির যেহেতু অবস্থা বেশি একটা ভালো ছিল না, খুব আর্লি এজ থেকে ওনার পরিশ্রম করা লাগছে এবং কনস্ট্রাকশনে মোস্টলি কাজ করতেন এবং মালামাল এক জায়গা থেকে আরেক জায়গায় নিয়ে যাওয়ার কাজ করতেন। But brush up with the bodybuilding industry or his passion for bodybuilding that actually started to grow from when he was 13 years old. So 2003 থেকে 2011 মধ্যে he won 15 provincial gold medals within Iran. So যখন he made it big within the country, he decided to go overseas and compete in the bigger bodybuilding competitions. So ওই সময় যেটা হয়েছিল যে ওনার ভিসা নিয়ে অনেক সমস্যা হয়েছে, বিভিন্ন দেশে ট্রাভেল করার ব্যাপারে অনেক রেস্ট্রিকশনস ছিল, ভিসা পেতে ওনার জন্য সমস্যা হতো since he is from Iran, like in accordance with the global politics and all. So he couldn't actually compete in Mr. Olympia 2018 and Arnold Classic due to the visa complications. But he won the 2019 Vancouver Pro. একটু আগে যে posing routine টা আমরা দেখলাম সেটা that was from 2019 Vancouver Pro, and he actually won that competition. And this is where he actually made it really big. He made a big noise coming into that competition with his level of dedication and conditioning and muscle mass. So the crowd, if you have watched the live video, the crowd was actually going crazy for Hadi Choopan. So as you can see, he is actually currently paired up with Hani Rambod, as we all know him. He's called the pro creator or the pro maker. So Hani Rambod has been the trainer for Jay Cutler and Phil Heath এবং Phil Heathকে actually Hani Rambod was the one who recognized Phil Heath has a ton of potential, এবং Phil Heathের এই সাকসেসের পিছনে Hani Rambod was a key factor. এবং Hadi Choopan is currently training under his supervision, and FST7 যেটা Hani Rambodi actually famous করছেন, যেটা উনি সবচেয়ে বেশি ইন্ডাস্ট্রিতে যেটা হাইলাইট করছেন, FST7 volume training. এটা actually this is also being practiced by Hadi Choopan at the moment. তো যেটা এক্সপার্টরা যেটা বলে থাকেন যে Hani Rambod plus Evogen plus a guy like Hadi Choopan with this kind of conditioning and this kind of physique, that is a deadly combination. So this year's third position, that might just be the starting point for Hadi Choopan. Now, like I said, he's still very young. He's only 32 years old, so his physique has not peaked yet. So it will take him for 2 to 3 more years to peak his physique. So we can't say for sure the next 2-3 বছরের মধ্যে কি হবে এবং নেক্সট ইয়ারের অলিম্পিয়াতে অ্যাকচুয়ালি কি হবে। I wouldn't be surprised, কারণ নেক্সট ইয়ারের অলিম্পিয়া এখনো পর্যন্ত লকড না। ব্র্যান্ডন কারি অতটা কনভিনসিংলি এখনো পর্যন্ত জিতেন নাই যে নেক্সট ইয়ারেও ব্র্যান্ডন কারি আবার টাইটেলটা নেবেন, এটা শিওরলি বলা যায় না। সো ফর এ গাই লাইক Hadi Choopan, he can make big damage on that kind of stage. So if he keeps this up and if he can stay with Hani Rambod for just a little bit more, so I think Hadi Choopan would be among the biggest names in the bodybuilding and fitness industry. So all the best for Hadi Choopan. Ei bochor jeta hoyse seta hoyse, but that cannot be ignored. But we are actually expecting even better, something better from Hadi Choopan. And that was the video, guys. I hope you like the content that we're putting out through our channel. Subscribe if you're new here. And so this has been Lincoln with Muscle Factory BD, signing off.